Big shout out
Let
to
me.
Spectrum. If you
Ref-
know, you know.
Shout
Uh,
out Spectrum.
Huh. Hmm.
that monopoly. Um,
Love them.
yeah, don't we all? No, we don't.
Okay,
So
Are
so
we
we
on?
were we are on
what part of my description did you get, Julio?
nothing, nothing. I
Jeez.
cut out uh at the I'll save the babies, and then someone else was like, I'll save the babies,
Okay.
and then that
The
was it.
good news is we still don't know who's going to save the babies, but we are going to get the babies saved. It's probably going to be Marcus, presumably.
Yeah.
But Petey, her first instinct was to like conjure like a like an inflatable like something, maybe like a like stunt bag or whatever to try and like have the bus fall onto rather than like falling onto its side.
Okay, and so that'll
But it
soften the
can only
blow.
be, I think, as big as a bathtub or something. I think like whatever the size up of a bathtub is.
Oh yes, we did this math at one point. Um, so yeah, let's say Petey's able to create some sort of cushioning. It'll soften the blow just a little bit.
Anything that's not, slamming straight onto the like pavement or like,
Yeah.
roadway.
You know.
All right, so Petey's in first. And how about Lita? What's Lita up to here?
We decided that we will not be that we will let Marcus save the baby. So I think Lita. I don't think he'll need it, but I'll like maybe I'll like try to make sure the old the rock guy is okay.
And how do you accomplish that? What
I
are your
would
actions
like
like?
to. Oh, what should I do? I'm so weak. I'm so weak.
Illusory seatbelt.
You are not weak.
I'm weak in the sense of like I don't have some of the cooler things. So let me think. I guess I guess I can't really do anything. I'll probably yell something like, "Oh no, watch out! Can I warn him? Hey, my
Bella,
man!
Lita can carry 800 pounds.
Oh right, I forgot about that part.
What?
What?
Oh, I forgot about that part. I'm so
Lita has
sorry.
been acting
800
How
as
pounds?
if
has
she's
this
not
never come
strong.
up before?
800 pounds?
I wish that was a fun way of surprising. I think she'll it'll be very funny. She will comically pick this man up so that when they like roll, she can like kind of do like a roll thing with him because she did do, as we have said, she did do gymnastics in school.
Mhm.
So she'll do that thing, when they catch uh when people like hit gymnasts fall and they catch them and then kind of like roll out so then both of them are okay. She's gonna try to prepare for that.
So as the bus topples
Also
over,
turn uninvisible, obviously, so she
yeah,
can
as the
protect
bus
him.
topples over, Lita just like sees this man just like float into the air due to like the gravity, and she just grabs him and makes sure that he lands safely.
It's gonna look bonkers because imagine with me, if you will. I'm sure her normal like civilian clothes is like some sort of juicy like pink, like the matching like sweatsuit or whatever.
Juicy
So
gets
it's
hard.
100%
Yeah.
sweatsuit. Her little pigtails just grabbing this man, picking him up, and beginning to roll.
That's looks really cool in my mind.
It looks
Uh,
very cool in my mind to experience with it.
how about Marcus?
Um, so as everything sort of like tilts, Marcus will push off of the seat that they're in towards the two people in front of them holding the children.
Mm-hmm.
And so Marcus's street clothes are like a pair of khakis and a black V-neck and a like blue and yellow Letterman jacket. Um, uh, and as they push forward, they like pull the sleeve of their jacket up, um, and there's just a little like metallic device around their wrist. And Marcus will try and like wrap it like not like wrap around because you probably can't wrap around two whole people, but like go over top of or around the people in front of him and activate the new shield that he has. The activate his radiant shield.
Wow, your eyes changed at the right time. That was wild.
It's almost like I planned
Ooh,
it.
Yeah. So you managed to bring up this hard light construct around them
Hmm.
with enough intricacy inside of it that you can like kind of cushion the like kids also inside so that they don't bounce
Yes.
back and forth in there too.
Hmm.
Um,
I'm attempting to use my interpose ability,
mhm.
which is lets me take an attack meant for an ally, and since they're babies, I'm considering them both as one person.
That's fair for me because they
twins.
are.
They're twins, but they are one person, really.
They are twins.
Counter. What
Put it
I'm
that
good
way.
at as a player, the only thing I'm good at as a player is going, okay, but have you considered this, DM? And I make an absolutely convoluted conspiracy on why they should let me roll for this and have advantage on that. And then they just go, if I give it to you, will you shut up? And I go, yes, I will.
No, no.
It's so embarrassing because when you two do it, it like looks ironic. When I do it with these goddamn pigtails, it looks genuine, and now I'm mad.
Yeah, you can't. I'm sorry.
I can't do it.
And what is Orkilo doing in this moment?
Um, can I try and use the fortunate favor ability I have, failure ability that I have, where I can nullify some negative effects of a thing via circumstance?
Yes. Yes. So let's go ahead. Let's use that. Let's see. So this is gonna be a nullify. Um, okay, I have, yeah, I think we can use this. So go ahead and roll 1d20 plus 5.
Okay. That is a 21.
21. So, because this is a luck ability, what is Orkilo's,
I'm scared.
from your perspective, what is Orkilo's, uh, how hands-on is Orkilo with this sort of like hexing? Is this something
Uh,
that they are like,
it
or is it something that like Orkilo just like, boop, something bad's gonna happen, not sure what.
um like I think in this situation because it's so like split second and like in the moment they don't really have the time to like think out what they want the luck to shift to. Like if they were given the ideal circumstances, they would essentially make a Rube Goldberg machine
Mhm.
out of luck based events. But without that, it's like a split second of like sort of like sending themselves outward as far as they can to like influence whatever events they can to have as few people get hurt as possible.
Gotcha. So let's go with this. In such a quick snap, are there any visuals attached to this? What is or is this something that just
Uh,
like,
so the reason Orkila wears red sunglasses is because when they use their power to a larger extent, their eyes glow a bright red gold.
hmm,
Like if you're looking at their eyes, their sunglasses end up weirdly backlit.
okay,
Um, and and like not for this, like maybe not for this specifically, but like when they're doing like more complex hex things, like their hands also get that same like red gold like crackling.
hmm. So Orkilo's eyes have that crackle to them, that flash, as the the armored vehicle that crashed into the bus. sent the bus into the air on its side, flipping it over. But as the driver behind the wheel is like going to ram the bus again, uh, it seems one of the so as the bus is flipping over, it sent like a rock, like a piece of gravel, flying so fast that it cracks the windshield of the armored vehicle, just shattering it on like the driver's side, obscuring his vision as he just out of habit just turned the wheel. So as you are all flying through the air and this bus is landing on its side, you hear a secondary crash happen. So that is the end of the accident. This is going to be a new round. You're going to have your full actions. The bus is on its side. The children and Rosa are safe. Um, let's name this old man. Well, I keep on calling him an old man due to his posture, but he's not an old man. What should we name him? He's Chinese American, uh, in his 40s. Let's say he's got salt and pepper hair, um, light facial hair. He uses a walker, and his back just has. He wears like. He might be like a medium, but he wears like a triple X jacket to kind of like cover up the the rocky posterior.
He's wearing one of those oversized jerseys.
He's got huge
Yeah, me
basketball
not knowing,
shorts.
Yeah.
me not knowing any Chinese names. Let's do Bao because it's a common Chinese name, and that seems fine with me.
Bao?
It's fun to say. Bao. It means treasure. That's cute.
I do like Bao.
He's a treasure.
Bao.
That's why Lita's holding him. She doesn't know that. She fully doesn't know Chinese. She probably negative knows Chinese.
A negative Chinese. So
Where she heard Chinese and she goes,
So, yes, everyone's relatively safe. The guards don't seem to be acting as quickly as one would expect them to. Surprise, surprise.
Mm.
So let's start off with Petey. What's Sleepy doing?
Okay, well, I did find out very cool. My protection of the crash wasn't one bathtub size; it was 11 bathtub sizes. So 11
Holy
times,
shit.
11 times what I had previously stated saved us from the impact.
So it's
Not that it matters,
60 cubic
but it
feet,
is good to know. Yes,
Right.
that
It
is
is
60
important.
cubic
I think
feet.
it's important.
and those are just numbers to me. I have no clue what it means.
Exactly. I don't know what it means. Just imagine 11 bathtubs save the bus.
I'm imagining them. You don't have to imagine 11 bathtubs. Just imagine like Taft's bath that he got, and then that's probably like 5 of those.
So
Yeah.
what exactly is this like creation? Is it just like a blob of that sort of proportion,
I
or,
think
or like literally a pillow?
I think it's probably like a very like poor understanding of like a stunt bag. Like Petey has probably seen like stunt bags in movies and stuff, like, but
Behind the
probably
scene making of DVDs.
yeah, like stuff like that, like director's cut, like stuff, like whatever, like Big Fat Liar scene, you know.
Gotcha. So it's just like a,
She
a
definitely
giant
has seen
square
that
steam
movie.
bag. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. But blank, not really any like sort of like designs on it or
Details or
anything.
anything.
It's like big and blue,
Gotcha.
you know.
So what is she doing?
So I think that Petey, like, assuming she's not too rattled from the crash, would like just if it's on its side, I think she would just like begin to float upwards towards the now like overturned windows, or I guess the now roof windows of the overturned bus.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think
the actual roof of the bus always has that hatch in case of emergencies.
Yeah, I don't think she's fucking with the hatch. I think she's
Okay.
going through the window since it's like directly above her and she can float.
Alright, describe
So
it. What's it look like?
she just like it's almost like abduction movie style, like floating. It's very like unnatural looking. Like it does not look like floating and flying looks, I think, in most media. She just kind of like, rises from the like crumpled position on the like flipped over bottom, and then she just like releases the latch of the window without like touching it and just like slinks through it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that she's gonna like immediately scan the area for that
So
crashed other vehicle.
she emerges out of this window as like forcing her way through. Just glass shatters and kind of like floats away. Um, you see this armored vehicle, uh, and it seems like its wheel is broken. One of the wheels just seemed to have snapped as it like crashed into a like a light pole.
Okay. Can I make out any like people inside of the vehicle? I know it's an armored vehicle. I know that the window shield it does look like somebody in like security armor, like body armor,
Yes,
like you'd expect.
there are
Okay.
people in body armor. Um, they seem to have, from the small part that you can see, which is just the driver right now. No one's emerged out of this vehicle yet. Um, the driver seems to have body armor, and then also like a mask of some sort. Um, from what you can tell, because his head is slumped down over the steering wheel, but you don't see any hair or anything like that. You just notice that it's like domed out. Just yeah.
Okay. No markings on the vehicle, I assume,
No.
to note.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Um, there are a lot of hurt people on this bus, but I think that like she wouldn't really even have thought that. I think that her first instinct would be to like neutralize this truck. And with that said, I think that she would like conjure some sort of like, you know, hyper dense like anvil or something, something that like you would imagine to be very heavy.
Well, I will say, um, you can only
Can I
create
only do one
one thing at
item?
a time. Yeah.
Okay. I think that,
Up to the max volume, I believe.
okay. I think that she would be willing to like let the airbag like deflate and lower the bus. I don't think that's gonna like harm anybody any more, than they already are harmed. So if it's safe to like have the airbag like deflate,
Deflate. Yeah.
yeah. So
And then,
yeah, she'll get rid of the airbag and then she's gonna conjure up that anvil.
all right. So how about we do a move object attack?
Let's
You can
move.
do up to
So it's
1,600
plus
pounds.
6, right?
Yes.
It's a 9 with the plus 6.
The 9.
Oof.
So that is not it. So okay, it hits. The issue is
Hmm.
in summoning this and creating this anvil, um, and the act of like transferring mass from one object to the other, um, the weight wasn't sufficient enough to do anything. So you drop
Hmm.
this anvil on it, but it just ding, like kind of knocks right off.
Yeah, I think she's just like shit.
Yeah.
And she'll just hover there. Her force field, I'm pretty sure activates like automatically, but
So here, also, did you activate your outfit or not?
oh, that's a good question. I
That's
don't
just
think
a
she
free.
would have thought of it, but like if I didn't think about it, I don't think she would have thought about it,
Okay.
honestly. Like I think that she would have just went into action.
All right. So let's move on to Lita. What are you doing? What's your turn looking like?
Um, she probably sees people getting hurt. She like rolls out of the guy and like pats him and goes, I hope you're okay. I'm sorry for startling you. I forgive you for sitting on me." And then we'll pull out her sticks. And flashback.
Okay, let's go into flashback.
Lita
Who,
has
what,
the
where, when,
sticks.
why? Yes.
I think she is. I think it's a few days after um she's given them, and she hasn't touched them. They're just sitting there
Mm-hmm.
at the end of her bed, mocking, and she's just staring at them, and they're looking at her, staring at them, and she knows, or maybe they're still in the locker, and she continues to just like look at them, and she knows that there's training rooms that she can go in, but she doesn't really know how.
Mm-hmm.
And so instead, she goes to the library and she looks up the history about them and what they mean and what they signify. She finds out that there is no clear reason, like history, like they don't know how it came about. It has a lot of influences on a bunch of different cultures, so they're still not sure because the Philippines were hella colonized. So who knows? But what she does know is it was used to kill someone who hurt the Philippines and a lot of other people, and it moves something in her. And she thinks about how she wasn't able to help her friends and how she just made this blobby, and she just wasn't able to do anything else as they all fought like really bravely. And she picks the sticks up for the first time. And she practices and practices and definitely hits her head self in the head a few times. Um, and in the moment when you flash back,
Mm-hmm.
she remembers thinking about the journal entry that she read about the Spaniards talking about how these Indians fought so gallantly and so aggressively without any regard for themselves and so like savagely. And she thinks about that, and she knows that she's never been seen as someone who is gallant or brave, and she wants to be. And she looks at those little babies, and she looks at the man, and she runs at the people. I'd like to attack.
Yeah.
How do I
So
do that?
so so the guards aren't visible yet. They're in their vehicle. So is she just running up and like yanking the door open, or?
Oh yeah, for sure. She's just like yanking the door open.
All right. So go ahead and you are plenty strong
Yeah, but my
as we
strength is kind of
just kind of
Yo, what
learned.
the fuck?
So go ahead and just uh give me a strike as you kind of like punch the door to
so. How do I roll a strike? I haven't done that
so it's gonna be a +8. So 1d20
yet.
plus 8.
Okay. Jesus. Okay, 13. Oh man, that's 14, 21.
21. So she manages to like she punches this door. How do you want to describe it? As
I
she is successful in opening it up, but how does she go about it?
think she turns invisible because it's a free action, and she sprints at the door. And it's I think she wants to be scary, so she tears it from it and pulls it off and go. School buses aren't for hitting. I just turned invisible and just hit them with the stick. Don't you know that we have to practice it all the time? There were kids on that bus. Shame on you! And tries to hit them. Does she see them when she tears up with the thing?
The guy behind the driver is knocked out. The other people, um, they like look very surprised. They are wearing not necessarily I don't want to say piecemeal in like the post-apocalyptic sort of way, but the armor they're wearing um, is mismatched in terms of color. It seems that like they've definitely kind of like scrounged armor and stuff together. But the one thing is that they're all wearing just like masks with very like thin, tiny little like two little thin eye slits, um, little nose holes for breathing. But each mask has a very creepy smiley face on there.
Oh.
Um,
Bad.
he
Oh,
touches
hey,
her.
smiley face makes an emoji in the. Oh, not when I do it. It made an emoji when you said smiley face.
Smiley face.
Oh, cute!
Wow. Smiley face. Frowny face.
Wow, it makes a slur capitalized, but it makes a smiley face. This is unfair. Vehicle, keep
Yeah.
your shit together, please.
Priorities, Bella,
Yeah,
priorities.
priorities here.
Anyways, so she tears it off. She sees this and is like very confused for a second, and then attack. I think what she wants to do is like try to. She obviously can't look them in the eyes, so she looks at them. And she goes like, um, "You're very mean people. You should be very careful on the road. Road safety is important. Do you know how hard you have to hit a bus for it to hurt it?"
They are. It is not their turn yet, so they are just like in shock that someone was able to move that fast there.
She runs. She hits it. And then she'd like to attack. I think she'll grab the unconscious person and just like move him out of the way. And
Yeah,
just like, come here, come here. And just hits the closest one.
gotcha. So you'll be hitting them on your next turn.
Cool. That's
The act of
cool.
like jumping out and then punching the door open and yanking it off and everything. So you managed to pull the driver out, but yeah, your attack will be on the next turn. And Radiant, what's the captain up to?
Um, Radiant will sort of stand up and look around the bus and yell out, "Is everyone okay? Is anyone hurt?"
On your bus? Um,
Yeah, the one that got fucked.
yeah, Rosa speaks up. She's like, "Yeah, no, we're fine. What just happened? Are we being attacked?"
Yes, get out of here.
Uh, she like grabs her babies and tries her best to like get out of the vehicle. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, everyone's kind of like working together right now to get
Is
out.
it does it have like a one of those big back doors that I can like swing open and it'll just like ka-chunk onto the ground because we're
It's
sideways?
it's locked. So
Mm.
these
Okay,
guards, one of these four guards, five counting the driver, will have a key.
Oh, I
alternatively, I'll just
Force it open.
yeah, I'll deactivate my radiant shield and turn to the back door. A like lattice work of bright yellow energy appears around my fist and lower arm, and I just punch it towards the back door, and it like flings off, and I want to try and just smash that open.
Yeah. So
Should
go
I
ahead
make an
and
attack?
that will be. I believe that's going to be your. Do you have an object?
Hard light
Hard
blast.
light blast. Yeah. So +8 DC 23.
That is an 18.
Okay, so it's successful. The door just blasts right off, hits the ground with a thud, as the door kind of like skids
Hmm.
along, and you were able to see um, Lita just like run up, punch this door, and just like rip it right off. Something that you've never seen her do before.
oh no.
Okay. Smile uh, goes across Radiant's face, and he'll like just run right out the back, and like standing the door and be like, "Go, go, 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 go!" Trying to like usher people out.
Yeah. So the people will start moving out.
Standing in between like the ramming car
Mhm.
and the entrance.
So yeah, the people will there's a lot to go through, um, but they will take their yeah it'll take at least uh, let's go with 1d4 to find out. So it'll take 3 rounds to clear them out
Okay.
starting now. Are
I
you
assume
going to?
I've used all of my actions for this round.
Yes.
All
I really don't understand the system yet, so it's very fun. I'm like, what am I doing?
right.
All right. So Lita is just going to like she pulled this driver out, threw him to the ground. You've got this masked man in front of you, masked form rather. You really can't tell, as they kind of like disengage their seatbelt and they hop out of their seat. They're gonna go swing at you.
Fun, fun, fun.
Also,
Like just a
everyone,
punch, or
yes, with a punch.
Do
Well, I
they
guess with
have
the
a
butt of their gun.
do they
okay.
have a fun thing they say? Like a catchphrase?
We'll find out. There we go. I rolled it off the table. I rolled it into a bunch of cables, and then I finally rolled. And what is Lita? Oh, I guess I can just look that up. Lita's
Yeah.
defenses.
Gee, why don't you look it up? You know I don't know where it is. You know I don't.
So this will be a parry, and they
Okay.
pass your parry. Um,
Yeah.
and then the DC. Yep. Give me a toughness save
Okay.
of. Yeah. So go ahead and roll toughness. You have
Ooh,
plus
not
six.
great.
1d20 plus six.
Not great. Not great at all. 15.
Oh, wait a second. Did you say you went invisible?
Yes, I
Okay.
wanted to stay in blue.
Never mind. This person is
You
invisible.
can't see me!
I remember you saying something like when you
Yeah,
got
because
out.
I wanted to be like, you don't know what I am, and then I pull it up and scream at them, and then turn it, and I'm invisible still.
So y'all don't see Lita, but you know it's Lita because you just saw the door fly right
Yeah.
out and then a body fly out. So you knew it could be only one thing. Um, so yeah, this person uh, tries to get out of the vehicle, but they bump into you. Um, they do knock you down though. I will say that they, without noticing that you're there, they bumped into you like full force, knocking you down, but no damage. The
Nice.
others in there, though, you notice that they all do the same thing. They disengage their seatbelts as they get out of the rear door, and then they have like a top door that they all get out of. There is a total of 5 people. Um, the sixth person was the driver who was knocked out. They all are varying sizes. They all have similar armor and gear. Um, they all have that face mask with thin eye slits, little nose holes, and then hand painted face masks with the same kind of grin. With that, Orquilo, it is Rue, it's Orquilo's turn.
Okay. So Marcus blew the door off the back, right? So I
Yes.
can just walk out the back.
I love
Cool.
the idea. Like, da, 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 da. Like we all do cool things, and you're just like, all right.
Oh,
I'm,
sorry.
I'm,
Did anyone activate their deactivate their like thing so that they have their outfits now?
Yeah, I did. I think I did.
Okay.
I think she started
yeah,
running and was
Kilo
like,
would have.
and like taps her necklace, and it probably has a cross on it. She probably did something funny where she made the cross look almost like it could be a Christian one, so then she could at least feel a little Catholic. She was like, "I'm a good Catholic. Everyone will listen."
Well, here, Rue, what's Orquilo doing?
Um, okay, 1 second. So Kilo's gonna go out, like follow Marcus outside, having made sure that the bus isn't going to like fall off a cliff or anything in the future.
Mm-hmm.
And can I see the people from here? Like the people who are the enemies. Can I see them
Yes.
from here?
So you're both practically on opposite sides of the road. So this is like a two-lane highway, very like country road kind of feel to it. Um, rolling hills, uh, beautiful like trees in the background. Shitty situation in the middle. Yeah.
um, how many of them am I allowed to attempt to jinx at once?
Ooh, I am not sure. I'm not sure if it's a,
It says standard perception instant. I don't know what that means.
what was the name of the ability? Jinx.
Yeah.
I believe that's one at a time right now.
Okay.
Um, but there are things in the game called hero points. If you use a hero point, you can do a power stunt. Oh, I'm sorry, extra effort lets you do a power stunt, but if you use extra effort, you are then fatigued. So it's kind of like pushing your limit a bit to accomplish something, um, and kind of tiring yourself out in the process. But then you can use your hero point to recover from that.
Okay. I don't think I'm gonna do that just yet because I don't think the stakes are high enough to warrant that. But see, like, Orkila doesn't necessarily know that Lita is directly in front of that dude. But the one who is in the door of the car and thus most a threat, they would like to attempt to jinx.
Okay. So Orkilo sees the attackers kind of pouring out of this vehicle. There's someone just rolls out of like the or climbs out of the top door, and that's probably the first person. Well, I mean the one that ran out. Also, yeah, you do see that one. So we're gonna go ahead and jinx that one.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Uh, let's roll for that then. Jinx will be. Oh, you know what? You don't roll. I roll.
Oh, do you roll? Okay.
Oof.
Oh yeah, you do.
So your eyes. Explain your actions.
So Orkilo is going to like exit the car and like exit the truck and get to the ground floor, like on level ground, and like switch their K into the stabilizing mode so that if something happens, they're on stable footing. And then like with their like other hand, they're going to like in the like most what's the word like condescending way possible, they're going to blow a kiss and flip them off. And like when they do so, the like red gold sparks sort of like come out from that.
So they blow a kiss, serve up a finger. You know, they serve up a juicy bird, and as the eyes spark, an electrical wire, the one to the pole that they just hit, starts flinging off and starts sparking, but does not hit the target.
Okay.
They saved against it.
They saved.
But there is now a live wire active.
Sorry, everyone. Orkilo's ability is like that.
Well,
All right.
sure, we can use this to our advantage.
It's okay. I forgot that my character was strong. I fully forgot.
Well,
God bless Huda.
I feel like she would. That fits. All right, Sleepy.
Okay. So there are six people, or 5 people. Just want to make sure.
There's 5. There's 5 enemies.
There is 5. Okay.
Keep in mind,
There's
also
not
have 4 guards available. They're just all like knocked out or stuck in the bus right now.
Okay. I was hoping for that hex thing to go right. I was like, okay, I know what I'm gonna do with how this goes.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's the dice. So this live wire, about how many feet up is it?
What, 15?
Like 15?
Yeah,
okay.
15, 20.
One thing I made note of, I can only move object or create object. Both are standard actions. I went through and checked, so, but I can like disappear any object for free.
Yes,
because it just counts as like breaking concentration.
I do not believe your move object is limited to what you make, though. Oh, never mind. Yes, it is.
It
Limited
is specifically. But I will disappear the anvil. Goodbye, anvil. I think Piri is going to like sort of like loosely like aim a hand up, and from underneath the one who I guess would be closest to the live wire, whichever one is closest to the live wire, she's going to like build a sort of like metal constructed like tower like
shit.
up from like out of the ground, like Minecraft style, like very basic, like cubic form
Yeah.
to try and like shoot him up into the air and into the
To the wire.
yeah.
All right. So, let me get. Let's go with throw,
Throw.
and I will give
I
you
think that's
a
fair.
+3 bonus to that.
Yeah.
Catching this guy off guard.
Okay, so 18 altogether.
Oh, yeah. This sends him flying, and because it's metal, the moment this thing just like springs up, the live wire hits it and him. Uh, so you're team rocketing this guy away.
Oh yeah. Exactly my intent.
And
Except
what is your strength? The strength of your create.
my create
Pretty
is
strong.
6.
It's pretty strong. You can create
6 cubic feet. I assume that it wouldn't need to be like very dense to like lift him up. It's probably like pretty like framework E. So that would allow it to be high enough.
And does Sweepy set the does she put on her outfit? Does she make her street clothes go away?
I think with everybody else having done it, you know, she would just like smack a hand. She would definitely go for the classic like utility belt, big X utility belt style.
She's got a big belt buckle.
Yeah, big old belt buckle,
So here.
and she just give it a smack, you know.
So starting with you, since you're the top of the initiative, what does Sleepy's X-Men outfit look like? Keep in mind they are yellow and black.
I think hers is like, you know, one of the more like what's it like retro type. I think that I'm definitely going for like latex over leather. You know, the
Okay.
leather ones are cool, but like I think that like a little more like form fitting as opposed to like the like leathery. I haven't thought of like what designing, you know, but I think more like classic, like I am an X-Man woman in the
Yeah.
X-Man 90s show.
Okay. And then anything else on your turn?
I think that's all her
All
plan
right.
is to just like send the thing up.
All right.
She's gonna keep floating.
Lita, you've
Um,
got these guys pouring out. You've got someone in front of you.
she's not gonna turn on invisible. She's just gonna attack. It's gonna be very. I think she sees him and try to like and pushes him down, and she's like this. Break. You break the law and you endanger civilians, and that is very not nice. And I am very upset with you. She's gonna.
Do y'all want to know something really funny about Lita's invisibility?
They can't hear her.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what
just that's all for her.
doesn't
All
know.
for
Just sight
Lita
and
to like yell at them.
Here's the thing
Invisibility
that's funny.
is sight and hearing.
It really is. She fully does not know.
Funny.
She's just yelling to herself quietly. Yeah, okay, so I got 18 and I roll 8 for
Is this a strike?
yeah. So and this is a close combat, so
That's against their parry, and they failed that. So what's your DC? I'm looking at it right now. I know I
I
keep on
think
asking
it's
you.
20. I think it's 20.
It's 20. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, so they have a bruise. So now they have a -1 to further toughness saves, or further saves in general, defense saves.
Yeah.
Anything else on your turn?
And I would like to move out of the way because
Yeah.
I can move before and after my standard action.
So are you
I don't
moving
have
away from them, or like away from them and onto another person?
I would like to move away from them just so if they want to do a like if they figure out a way to like close combat attack me, that they'll have to move a little bit closer.
So someone just got sucker punched. They're not sure why or how. What does Lita's outfit look like?
Hers is definitely very 90s. Can I make it like actually very funny? Like, does it have to look like an actual like X-Men uniform?
So yes, it
Can I
does have to
make
look like
it
an X-Men
actually
uniform,
very funny?
but you can accessorize.
Okay, I think that she has the uniform, but then she's also wearing like so then she has like the X-Men like bodysuit situation, but for some reason there's also like a little skirt. So it looks very much kind of like that vibe of like for some reason everyone wants to wear like dresses on top of their jeans, that kind of thing. That kind of
Yes.
vibe.
Oh yeah.
That's like what she's doing. And so I think she like does the thing after like right before she attacks and it goes, and like tries to back up. I think at some point she's realizing that they can't hear her, and then is like, "Hey, Marcus, can you hear me?" And upon not hearing it, oh my god, I took them away. They can't even hear me. But I can only do this with robots. Oh
The
my god.
reveal that no one can hear you.
The reveal every day. It's not even a reveal to anyone else. It's always just a reveal to Lita herself. Every day it's just a new reveal for her.
All right, what's Marcus doing?
Um,
The people are still pouring out.
yeah.
2 more people pouring out.
Marcus is going to go ahead and uh, turn behind them, and so now that all the like heroes are out of the bus,
Mm-hmm.
um, uh, turn around and throw up a like curved wall that sort of leads the people out of the bus and like around it,
Mm-hmm.
so they can hide behind it and have some protection while they do so, while keeping the rest of us, like while keeping Amaria and myself on the side of the combat, and we'll turn to Amria. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Amria, and say, Can you do something about those guns? Because those do not look fun.
I can do my best. We're gonna try.
That's all I can ask for. And
Are you
realize
them?
this. What?
It's like, are you gonna handle the like them? Points to the like the people themselves.
Yeah, I just don't want them shooting at us.
Fair enough. Good luck, Captain.
Thank you. And we'll they have like a big like X that looks like a patch like on this Letterman jacket that he's wearing. Just like slam a hand into that to throw up the uniform. It looks like a uh like a slightly uh bulkier X-Men uniform because they are a bulkier form, with a big X like emblazoned on the chest, and a uh, little like metal like gauntlet sort of thing around their left wrist, where they can use to throw up their shield when they need it. And then they have a helmet on with like a black like shaded visor in front of their eyes.
That sounds. Sounds familiar.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So these armored hooligans, um, one by one, all 5 of them kind of take point, pull out their guns as they point them at well, 3 of you. They don't quite know what's going on in terms of Lita. In fact, hold on.
They're
Yeah,
like, I know she's here. I know this bitch is here. I know it. Where's she at?
one person, only one person's aware that someone has to be there, and he's just like spraying like bullet fire around him, but he does not have a bead on you at all. The others, though, will be opening fire. So I'm gonna need dodge checks from everyone, except I'm sorry, not everyone, from Sleepy, Amria, and Radiant.
22.
God damn.
Proud of you, babe.
Sleepy's is
Dodge,
5.
dodge, dodge.
I got a 16.
Amria's is also 5.
Woo.
19.
Wow,
Nice.
okay. Well,
Good job, squad.
these guys are opening fire. Um, the number was 4 plus 8, so I rolled low, uh, and they managed to miss you all.
Let's go.
Woo!
Yep, definitely not fun.
But as you all kind of like dodge the gunfire, you hear bullets pinging against the hard light construct. So smart idea.
Cool.
Amria, it is now your turn.
All right. So they're all out of the car now. Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. Just checking so that I can have a
The enemies
spatial
are,
awareness of
yes.
the field.
So all the enemies are out of the vehicle. Um, the armored vehicle is one wheel down, kind of slumped down that way. Um, the driver has been pulled out. You've got 5 other soldiers, like armored soldiers, with their guns out, kind of all wrapped around the vehicle there. Um, Lita is kind of engaged hand in hand with one person, but they're not aware of that. The others were just shooting at y'all, missed.
I love that.
What a statement. They're in a combat. They don't know it yet, but it's fine.
They're getting their ass beat. They
They're
just don't know from where.
not entirely sure why.
And then
We don't know how. They don't know how. They just know it hurts.
across the street is the bus that's been flipped over on its side. Everyone's kind of running out of the vehicle and away out into the field. Um, and you 4 are standing in between them. Is Amria's uniform on? Did they deactivate their cloak?
Yes,
What's it look like?
they did. Amria has sort of the the standard X bodysuit like everyone has.
Mm-hmm.
But they've accessorized like kind of like Jubilee does, where she wears that little yellow crop jacket,
Mm-hmm.
but instead of bright yellow, it's just a black like jean crop jacket,
Mm-hmm.
and on the back, there is a painted red like sigil, like an alchemical sigil on the back. And they're also wearing like a ridiculous amount of jewelry. Like they still have all their like choker and bracelets
Trinkets
and
and everything.
like piercings on. They do not take those off for work.
Alright, so we've got.
But yeah,
So yep. What's your turn?
sorry, I thought you were gonna say something.
Oh no, I was, but yeah. Go ahead and take your turn first.
What can you tell me what is around the truck? Like what is near it?
There is this metal tower that's been constructed that this guy just got like fried on.
Like yeeted, right?
I'm sorry.
He got yeeted and fried, right?
Yeah, he got yeeted and fried. And then there's that loose live wire still. And then you've got poles like electrical poles. And there's trees in the area. No cars coming by. No cars coming by
That's
that
good.
anyone knows of. I mean, who knows what luck
That
is
was
trending later.
mostly my question. Like, yeah, would it would be my whole action to like vision myself forward and see how long we have until cars get here, right?
So here, on a turn, you can move, you can have your standard action, and then you might have like a special free action or reaction that you can do too. So yeah, so you can move and then you can do one standard.
How would I know if something is so like the Visions of Fortune doesn't say standard or anything next to it?
Vision of Fortune. Let me change. Sorry.
I
Visions
remember
of
explicitly
Fortune
asking.
is oh. So this kind of just happens. It's a permanent thing.
Yeah, it's probably just like permanent.
Cool.
I think you
The
just gotta
power, one life,
you just
just
kind of have
happens.
this.
You know?
I just
So let me read into this real quick. So it's precognition. So I might just give you a perception skill check. So if you
Okay.
want, go ahead and roll perception.
cool. Because 22.
22. All right. So your luck trend. So this kind of like obscures your vision. You kind of have like a brain blast, and you kind of see what sort of luck might happen. It's looking like bad luck. Not necessarily for you.
Yep.
You see it almost as like
Oh.
an aura. So describe the colors. Like what if you had an aura of bad luck? Is it visual? Is it like do you smell something? Do you just feel
I think
something?
it's visceral. Like if you have anxiety, you know how sometimes for no reason you'll just kind of get that like clenching in your chest and stomach and everything tenses up. Like that. So it's just like a visceral tension that sort of clenches them from the inside.
So they kind of scan the battlefield as they like look to their left down the road. They get that clenching feeling as they just kind of like sweep their like vision down. You have a hunch that something's coming barreling down that road.
All right. Um, is there any way I can try and use my like catastrophe ability to get the enemies into the road?
Sure.
I will. The biggest structure is the like metal tower that Sleepy built, right? So like, Sleepy, do you mind if I fuck with this?
I think that she just like gives a small nod. I don't think she seems too resistant to the idea.
Okay. I would like to attempt to cause the metal tower to shake and shudder and break, and as it breaks, they need to get out of its way, so they'll end up in the street.
Hmm. Let's roll for it.
Okay. What do I roll? Like d20 plus what?
Oh, I forget your catastrophe. You don't have to roll. So you just have
Oh,
to.
it's a DC. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Once
just
again, the
have to
shaking emoji.
put that thought out there, and who knows? Let's see. Oh God.
Sorry if this goes wrong. It's gonna be real bad.
Oh God. Yeah. So
That's the worst that could happen.
this
Well,
live
That's
wire.
so fun.
Well, it's called catastrophe.
Yeah, this live wire is
Yeah.
whipping
It's
around.
called
As it whips around, it keeps striking the metal tower to the point where the tower starts to just like lose its integrity. Especially because this tower is, though it's metal, it's pulled from the dream realm. It's not physically like of this setting. Um, so it's kind of starting to deteriorate a little bit as the tower falls over, breaking bit by bit, almost as if it's like an actual like Minecraft thing, as these little metallic blocks fall down, and they kind of rain down from the sky. Everyone else, all the soldiers and whatnot, think that like, oh shit, like someone's like attacking us. So they kind of all turn around and back up with their guns up, not realizing that there is a vehicle coming down the street. So with that said, we have got 3 out of 4 present of our X people here, all in uh, their outfits. Are we going for like the pose? Are we doing the quote unquote money shot right here?
I mean, I'm invisible, so sure, but it'll look really awkward. Just like in her family photos, you can barely see her.
All right, Sleepy.
Oh.
Did Amria communicate that something's coming down that way? That something wicked this way comes.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Like, because the thing in the X suit it says XCOM. Yeah, so I
Yes.
assume we can communicate with each other.
Yes.
Yeah, Ambria would have been like, you might want to step out of the road.
So this is I always forget the name of the kind of microphone. It's gonna be a part of all your outfits have a collar. So it's kind of like built into the collar, so you can hear one another pretty clearly as you also like hear it.
Is it like a
Like,
lav mic?
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Is it like a
Lav
lav
mic.
mic?
not quite like a lav mic. There is a specific kind of microphone that picks up the vibration from your throat specifically,
Ooh,
and
Ooh,
they use
fancy.
so they
this.
couldn't hear me.
No, not you
No.
though.
Damn.
And then the receiver is a part of all of your like headpieces, so you kind of feel the speech vibrating against your skull, which is kind of weird, but it's an actual thing too. And then in all of your gloves, there is a little button, so whenever you like depress your thumb, that kind of like lets you speak.
Hell yeah.
I did not look this up
That's
pre-set.
some Darth Vader at Disney World shit.
No,
Some
that
Kylo Ren at Disney World shit where he's like stand over there, you know? You've seen that, right?
Yes, it's
Yeah,
weird.
we know.
Making
You're
sure.
good.
Just making sure.
All right,
Listen.
Sleepy, you now know that something is coming down that way. Amria said, "Get out of the road."
She's currently floating, so luckily I don't think that she's worried about the car. But everybody else is out of the road. There's not really anything to
Yep, everyone's out of the road, um,
except for the soldiers,
except for
presumably.
the soldiers. People are still getting out of the bus though.
Is the bus on the road?
It's off to the side of the road. This is
Okay.
a two-lane road. The bus is probably taking up half of a lane, as like the rest of it is hanging off the side of like the road.
Okay, so in theory, other than the fact that I mean, it's probably not good to hit 5 armored people with guns, or I guess 4 armored people with guns, or I guess 3 armored people with guns because one is busy with Lita.
Uh-huh.
So one is gone, one with Lita, 3 in the road. Probably bad to hit them with like your sedan. It would be kind of epic and solve our problem, but like there's a very good chance that like whoever is in the car is probably not going to be too happy about it. I think that uh I think that Petey wouldn't do anything to stop the car though. I think that like she wouldn't really come up with anything to like stop the car from hitting these people. And therefore, like, I think that she'd just be kind of like waiting in anticipation. Like, what do you do when there's like it's like a train wreck about to happen?
Yeah.
Like, I think that like between like the like tower shattering and like now this car thing about to happen, I think she'd be too enthralled with this situation to really do much of anything.
Does she do anything to assist the people?
Um, if Marcus is still handling it, and if they're not in any immediate danger from the car coming, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think she'd still just be like floating in her place. I know that's like she's not doing anything wacky or anything, but like I think realistically she would be like, what is like the consequence of this?
Mm-hmm.
And she'd be stunned.
All right. Next up then will be Lita.
The punching continues.
The punching intensifies. Let's roll for it.
So nice. Wow, I did not roll super good. The news is I'm pretty good at hitting. Yeah, no, it will be just a 13.
13. There's always a chance though.
Could be.
Yeah, there's always a fucking chance.
Yeah.
I rolled a 1. Oh,
Well,
We don't need to roll well all night. You
So
just
you're-
need to roll bad too.
your DC is 20. Boost that up to 25. Because he rolled a 1.
oh
My
Jesus.
house rule is that that increases your DC by plus 5. So your DC is now 25 on his toughness check. Because he has a negative
Good luck.
1, he now
Oh my
has
God.
a 9. So someone do the math for me.
Is he
Every
dead?
every 5 numbers is a
That's
different
like
degree.
That's
5
Is that
degrees
is
of
that 3
failure.
degrees? 25 to 9?
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's 3.
So how do you knock this guy
Is
out?
he dead?
I think she's using her stick to wax him, and then she's like this. Then she like it hits him a little bit too hard, like really hard, and sees him kind of move, and she's like, like kind of pushes him down,
So you push this
like
guy
nudges
back.
him with a stick. Yeah, I just nudge him with a stick.
Yeah. Damn, that was a really good roll. I guess really bad roll on my part.
Thanks for rolling badly. Hey, Julio, thanks for rolling badly. Man, I really appreciate it. Always looking out.
Yeah, okay, don't rub it in. So, yeah, you've got knocked the F word
And
out.
I heard. Oh man, I gotta think of something to do later. Okay, then I'll move to the next person to hit them.
Well, keep in
later.
mind,
The rest of them are in the street.
you were
Oh, are we in the
told
street?
that something is coming down.
Oh yeah, I'll run away then.
Amria wasn't necessarily like accurate, but like
I would like, yeah, I'll move away.
All right. So Marcus Masters, what is Radiant doing?
Using my Ultra Vision, which is an amazing ability name, by the way. Can I see the dimensions of the vehicle that is coming down the street?
So you are tapping into the light spectrum. So you're kind of seeing like UV light and everything.
Mhm.
There, as you look down the street, you don't see anything coming. But then you kind of like cock your head up just a little bit, and then you're like, oh, there seems to be a vehicle flying cloaked right now.
Oh. Does it? It okay. It doesn't, and we can assume it's not a friendly one, probably.
Um, you're not sure.
Okay.
It's just far away enough that like you can't see anything like that like kind of hints at anything bad. You don't really see any of the details, but you do like just manage to see the shape of it, and it seems to be like a winged aircraft.
Okay. Activate my comms and say they're not on the road. They're coming through the. They're coming on. Blah. They're not on the road. They're in the sky, cloaked.
Well, can I look and see if I can see it?
Yeah. If anyone wants to, with Radiant's hint, does anyone want to go ahead and roll perception?
Oh,
Yeah, I'll roll perception.
We all want to see it. We also like to roll and flex on our numbers.
I said 18 and Google said 15.
Keep in mind, this is invisible. It's an invisible jet.
I don't remember if we've made this yet, where I can see things that are invisible.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. You can see things that are invisible.
Yeah.
Twinsies.
If they try to make, well, mine's a little bit weird. It's just because I was like, it makes sense. It would just make sense that Lita can see things that are invisible because she's like, I'm the invisible one here. How dare you?
To be fair, yeah, your invisibilities kind of work differently. Whereas Marcus like sees the light spectrum, and I'm guessing the absence of light.
Yeah, I mean, most like cloaking, which like it's all bullshit. It's all
Yeah.
bullshit. None of the science exists. But like in a lot of like video games or movie stuff, cloaking works by like bending light around things almost. So I imagine Marcus just like blinks a couple times, like flicking through a couple like all the various spectrums and wavelengths, and just sees this like weird like bubbly distortion, just like flat like in the rough shape of an aircraft rapidly approaching.
That's so cool.
Kilo relies mostly on that weird gut feeling they have. So they're not necessarily looking for things. They're like being like, is this a good thing or a bad thing?
Or Kilo gets the sense that this is not a bad thing.
Oh,
But with
yeah.
that, you like look in this direction and like you look up at like Radiant kind of like pointing out, and you're like you don't get a gut feeling about that, but you get a gut feeling about something else in the distance.
Um, Lita's more like if something's trying to get into her mind and be like, "You can't see me." She's like, "Ah, fortified. You can't do that to me. I don't fall for your trickery.
This ain't happening to me.
Not in
So,
my house. I'm the one that turns invisible." Hush.
so is Radiant doing anything else on their turn?
Yeah, I'll dun, 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 dun. So I believe I have to use an action to continue to sustain my construct.
I will confirm that in just a moment. I do not remember if we made it. Yes, it's sustained.
Yes. So I will continue to do that. Um, they're basically just like looking at like scanning the battlefield in the sky, keeping like one hand like up behind them, as this lattice work has like come out of their like fingertips to create this big wall.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just like tensing their muscles to keep this giant thing holding up.
It is held up. These guards are in the middle of the street. They've got their
Oh,
they just turned around to look behind them. Their attention was pulled away from them, or pulled away from you. So as they're looking around, they don't like they seem rather like put off. They're like, "What was that? What's going on?" And then finally they're like, "Look up," and you all see it too. That aircraft was speeding like ridiculously fast as the cloaking device uh, fall disengages, and you now see the blackbird as it hovers in place over all of you.
Nice.
And these guys all opened fire on it. One of them, realizing that that's probably a dumb idea, instead points the gun at the three of you and Marcus. They're aiming it at you.
All right. Do I have to dodge?
6 plus 5, which I assume 11 does not hit.
I don't know. Do I have? Well,
So your dodge +4, so 14.
that's an 8.
Can I force
Oh, I'm
a
sorry. Your
reroll?
dodge +10, so it's 10 plus
Ah, that's
4,
a
so
14.
14. Yeah. So no, that's not gonna hit.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Cool.
They managed to ping you just off your shoulder armor. It was just a glancing blow, nothing serious. Um, I am rolling
I
like
hate
shit.
guns.
I always have really bad luck when it comes to rolling. It's fun.
Oh darn.
It's okay. I'm not trying to kill you
Oh
all.
no.
No, you're fine.
So yep. Now it's Umbria's turn.
So the blackbird is visible now, yes?
Yes, and it's
Okay.
hovering right over y'all.
Okay. Um, is the live wire still going?
It's grounded. It's
Okay,
it's
good.
it's just
Okay,
shorting
good.
everything out now.
Cool. I was like, that can't be good next to an airplane.
No.
um. Hmm. And there three of them are shooting at the like plane
At the jet,
itself.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Um. I want to like it's not like is my pogo sticking a movement or an action?
That'll be a movement.
Okay. I would like to shift my cane into its pogo stick configuration
Mhm.
This is so good.
and bounce myself and land like in the midst of them.
Okay. So yeah, I mean that's successful. It's
Is
just a
that
movement.
something I have to roll for, or does that just happen?
No, no,
Okay.
yeah. As long as there's like nothing in that specific spot that you're trying to land in, yeah, you're fine.
Okay. And then I would like to. Is switching its configurations an action or no?
I would say to keep it fair, you could switch like once per round.
Okay. So I can't take it back to a sword for now, but I will. Hmm,
Let's see.
I'm thinking. Sorry.
No, no worries.
Can Can I try to jinx one of them again? Can I jinx the one that? Can I try to jinx the one that's shooting at Marcus?
Sure.
The DC is 18.
18. 18 will, I believe. Oof. Yep.
Yes, will.
It passes. Just meets it.
Oh, goddamn.
So your eyes have that red and gold crackly like flash as uh this guy is not even aware of you and just continues to like as he's trying to like continue firing at Marcus. All right. So, back to the top of initiative. Uh a familiar voice uh, kind of enters your comms. Dr. McCoy says, we've got to get out of here. There's trouble coming, and I, not to downplay your skills and your abilities, but I don't think we trained you for this. The
We need to
jet,
get these people out of here.
yeah, the jet then lands, um, on the opposite side of like on the opposite side of you guys. So it's like down the street basically. So your wall is leading them to the black to the Blackbird.
Cool.
The Blackbird lands. Everyone starts piling in. Um, you see Dr. Gray also aboard the ship. She's at the rear, just like ushering people in. Um, everyone seems to be moving faster right now too. You notice the guards from the bus all get out of the bus now with their guns aimed at the mutants, um, and Dr. Gray just kind of flashes a hand out, um, and they just kind of stand there. Um, meanwhile, you still have those four guards who are now focusing their fire at the Blackbird. So
Should
with
be
that,
3, right?
no, there's
Because
still
Lita
four.
took one down.
Yeah, there's still four. Right? No, no, yeah, yes, you're right.
Because
Three.
Lita took one down and one got team
Yeah.
rocketed.
Yep. Three. The sixth one has been knocked out from the car accident. So that
Ha.
is Sleepy's turn.
Okay, so they're focusing fire on the Blackbird. I think that with that in mind, uh, they're pretty grouped together, the three guys.
Mhm.
So it really wouldn't take much. I think then Pity would like just try and like position a secondary like wall
Yeah.
like between the three of them and the Blackbird now.
Yeah.
And I think the wall would be like I don't know. I'm trying to think of like what style it would be, and I think it would be like very like Berlin Wall esque. It has like graffiti on it and stuff. It looks like it's like picked straight from like a
It's
documentary
it's
or
like the
something.
Berlin Wall just like appears
Yeah, exactly.
just as
Like,
like
but
beat up
just
and
just a
sprayed.
chunk of it,
Mhm.
however much she can conjure to like block the
Yeah.
shots of the Blackbird.
Let's say enough to cover that
And
lane, like both lanes of the road.
okay, so and I think that she would also just like begin floating towards the Blackbird
Okay.
as well, and come to land next to it. she'd still keep her barrier up, but I think that she is waiting to see if like everybody else is able to like make it back before she like even worries. Because if they can just leave these 3 dudes here on the roadside, I mean, it's like whatever. They don't have a car to get anywhere.
Yeah.
So
They're
yeah,
stuck
that's
here
her turn.
stranded. All right. Next is Lita.
Lita, seeing the Berlin Wall, gets very inspired. So
Oh
first
yeah.
she'll start running towards the wall, but then right towards the end, I think she will make an illusion. She'll look at all of them, and I assume since they're all together, I can just do the area of them. All are affected by it, and I would like for them to see a bunch of people emerge from the wall as if they are, and they look like the people who like were the ones that tore it down, and they're coming emerging from the wall and coming after them, and it's just faceless people who are just coming and like running out, and I think that's what she wants. I think she wants to scare them enough that they like
Yeah.
don't want to like freak out. Like obviously, if everything is concealed, she just wants to put the fear of God in them. Is what I want. Like,
Yikes. Okay.
Can I say into comms, oh shoot, what's your name? Redacted, grab what you can off the one you took down.
Okay, and I
So
won't do the illusion.
no, you can do the illusion. I'll do that.
Oh, okay, cool. I'll search the body and try to find anything interesting, anything identifying. I can't talk back, so I guess I'll just do that.
Mm-hmm. So let's go with the illusion first. Yeah.
The DC is 18.
So not that anyone can really see it, but these guys start like backing up as all these like, are they spectral? Are they physical? Like exactly how do
They look physical. They look like they are real people.
do they look like they're climbing over the wall to attack them?
Yeah,
Okay.
very much.
So as this is happening, they start backing up, and you start hearing gunfire like hitting the wall and just spraying all over the place. Um, with that though, you as this is going on, you're kind of looking down at the person there and kind of looking them over. Again, they have this mask with a really creepy like grin on it, like really weird smiley face. Um, and you notice that this particular person has like a set of dog tags around their neck. And besides that, they've got a utility belt with a few different pouches.
I'll take the mask and I'll take the dog tag, and I don't think I would want the different pouches. I guess I could search them, but I don't think there'll be anything of interest.
Yeah. So you manage to rip off their mask, and due to your strength, you just kind of like rip off the like the
I'd like to see just
Entire
comes that
thing.
direction. She's like, oh shit, okay, oh no.
you just like ripped it off so hard that even like the straps on the back just kind of like broke off. You've got their dog tags, and you're going for the pouches.
Yeah,
Yeah. So you just rip off the belt. You just take the whole belt, like
yeah. I just took the whole thing. I'm just like piling them all into my
Yeah.
arms. And when
Just
they're in
stealing
my
this,
arms,
stealing
they
this
turn
man's
invisible.
clothes.
It's very funny because the things that I touch becomes invisible too for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
So like it's just like all the things
they're gone.
things start from thinking that they're gone, and I'm like running.
All right.
She's still small, so I like it because it's a lot of things. She can carry them easily, but there's just a lot of things. So she's just like, oh, you can't see her. So none of you can see the clumsy, adorable Lita running around with many things.
So Radiant, with your vision, you see something coming from a distance. Um, it seems like a wheeled vehicle, uh, and atop that vehicle, you see like, by means of your ultra vision, you see just this bright, like a little pinprick of a light. It's a bright red light just burning through the like sky as it's driving your way. But it is your turn.
Activate comms. Okay, everyone, time to go. Yep. Also, close your eyes. And I will, since everyone, if my math is correct, everyone should be like out of the bus by now,
Yes,
and
the
they're
bus
like
is
piling
clear.
in. cool. Piling into the Blackbird. So I drop the shield and I like shake my hands out and I put that out in front of me in like a cup sort of motion, and I'm going to use my flash ability on that group of the remaining group.
Let's see, that is a DC.
DC 16 dodge.
Ooh, okay, dodge. First dodge. Okay. And then I rolled an 8, a 9, and a 9.
Not that
Um,
bad.
they all
Those are all.
failed by 2 degrees.
Yeah.
Is it more
So
than
they
five?
Just
are
go ahead. Just
they
go
are
ahead and tell
all
everyone. Just go ahead and tell everyone.
so they are all stunned. Um,
Well, it's
yeah.
cumulative. So it's cumulative. So they are
Ah, yes. Sorry,
they're
they are all
impaired.
stunned and impaired.
Yeah. So what that
Rip.
means is
Uh,
uh
You
stunned.
It's
want
at
to
the
shoot
bottom
at
of
a
it.
plane
Stunned means
and
they
then
cannot
try.
take
They
any
are shooting.
actions, including free actions. So when you're stunned, you can't like do anything.
nice.
Yeah, so they're kind of, and then impaired is like the lower one before that. So they're just kind of screwed.
Oh
Impaired
no.
is a -2 circumstance on penalty checks.
Yeah, so Radiant's hands just cup together, and there's a bright just blast of light that comes out, and they all basically get like just blasted in the face by this, and like have to like drop what they're holding and stagger backwards, and like grab their faces with their hands.
Mhm.
Um,
They're having a very bad, no good day. You know, they have an invisible person throw open the door and then throw their buddy up. Then they have attacking an invisible person once again attacking them. Then they
It's
have
just
their friend thrown into electric wire. They're just having a really bad time.
no good.
They're having a
Story.
rough day.
and then I'll be like, all right, let's go, let's go, let's go.
And
Not move. I'm not moving towards the Blackbird
it's
myself. I
it's
want to
their
let the
turn.
rest of the team get there first.
Hmm.
So right now I'm just being like, all right, everyone, let's go, let's go.
Yep, it's their turn, and they can't do anything. They're stunned. Um, what's
Cool.
Amria doing? Oh, and Amria, uh,
Uh,
it, no perception check needed. Beforehand, when you looked up at the Blackbird, once you like saw it in view, you realize that like, oh, that's not like the gut feeling I'm getting. You now, this vehicle is moving fast enough that you now are starting to see this small little like dot of red light, and your stomach is tightening. It's twisting. This is bad news to you.
I will turn on my comms to like not only the team but also the Blackbird and say something is coming and we don't want to be here when it gets here.
I don't want to be here in the first place. And then I remember
Mm-hmm.
they can't hear me. And then I continue running and I'm fast.
Doctor
Into the
McCoy
Sorry,
into
Doctor
the
McCoy
plane, please.
is on comms with you. He's like, please just get in the Blackbird, please. We'll
I
explain later.
Yeah, let's run in.
Yeah, so Amria will, because it's faster than running, pogo
Pogo!
stick to the
Pogo!
Blackbird and then get
Pogo!
in.
Pogo
Great.
power!
All right, and then start of the initiative from the top. This vehicle is barreling down. It seems to be a cross of like one of those like armored personnel carriers that you guys just toppled over, and a semi truck. They seem to be just hauling ass, and you notice that there is just this red light above the vehicle. Dr. Gray says, please, we have to go. And you start to feel uh, her words kind of sinking in. Because she sounds, for the first time, Like you've heard her concerned in the past, but she seems genuinely scared right now. And with that,
Mhm.
Sleepy.
Petey was already like right next to the blackbird, so I think that like it's like like smash cut to like Petey already like in the blackbird, like strapped in, like before, like as soon as like Jean starts talking, like Petey is already like in there, like strapped in, like she's not like she left her wall up, like I don't think she's like that, but she's already like followed the command to like get on the blackbird, and presumably other than whatever damage her wall causes at this point, like she's out of combat
She's
unless the
aboard.
blackbird's gonna blow up. Who knows? We'll see.
Yep, she's aboard. Lita.
Lita will run. I think that she will stand behind invisible, so there's no way of Marcus knowing right behind Marcus to make sure that she can grab them if like they like wait too long.
Oh, I'm
Uh,
going on the plane last.
well, I'm going on the plane last with you, so there.
Well, to be
Do
fair,
you
no
like
one
do you
knows
like
when you're getting on
hit
the plane.
do you like hit me on the shoulder or something?
No, I'm nothing. You will know have no idea that I'm there, so you can't stop me.
Okay, I'm not gonna get
Oh,
on the plane until I know that you're on the plane.
well, how will you know? That's not my fault. I
It
don't
is
know
your
that.
fault. You can
You
turn on
know
invisible and tell me.
While they are bickering,
that.
while they're bickering, Ambria
No, no,
and
this is just
Sleepy.
Roan and Bella.
Well, Ambria and Sleepy are both on the like loading ramp of the Blackbird. As you are looking um, out, the Blackbird's starting to lift up. You see this semi truck speeding down, and you see that there's a figure aboard it. Does anyone want to use their flashback? Nope.
No.
All right. So the
T,
two
I
of
think
you.
you're muted.
No, was my answer.
But in French. Um,
No.
so the two of you are
No.
the two of you are bickering. So is Lita getting on now?
Fine. Lita will turn on invisible and grab Marcus by the collar. Go. Let's go. Let's go.
Are all the
Yep,
people,
everyone's aboard.
all the civilians? Okay, cool. I'll turn around and make a ramp for us to run up and get on the plane.
Well, you all get aboard, and as the Blackbird was already lifting up a little bit, it starts closing the ramp up. But as the ramp is closing, you see this this semi truck, and you see this figure in a long black trench coat with just red light in front of it. As the Blackbird is taking off, it starts to cloak. This red light beam just eviscerates everything in front of it. The wall, the people in front of it, the armored personnel carrier, the bus, um, just narrowly missing the Blackbird. This beam of red energy is massive, enough to take up both sides of the highway of that road, the two lanes there. Um, Dr. Gray is staring out uh, into the field as she almost is just glazed over. You've never seen her with so much shock and fear before. She stares down, and the ramp finally closes up. She just nearly falls to her like on her ass out of anxiety and fear.
Oh, me.
So
Yeah, Marcus is just staring out the window.
the
It is
Blackbird
not looking.
takes off as this semi truck just keeps on barreling down the road, just blasted all these all the people. You could only imagine there's no way they could have survived that. Um, the wall, PD's wall, is just destroyed completely. Um, in fact, actually, PD's wall uh, is still standing. There
Let's
is
fucking
a
go.
hole punctured. There's a hole punctured through it,
Wow.
but the rest of the Berlin Wall is kind of like just still standing.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Once
Doc-
she gets 400 feet away, though, it does disappear.
yeah, it continues taking off. Dr. Gray finally like takes a breath and gets off the ground and just walks over to her seat and sits down. It's rather crowded now. You've got about 30 extra people on board, and Rosa with the two kids. Um, she looks at Radiant and says, "Thank you. Uh, that was that was kind of dope."
Eyes go back to normal as Marcus sort of like powers down. Will activate the cloak again, so he goes back to his civvies, and just be like, thank you. Happy to help. Is everyone okay?
Uh, everyone kind of like chatters, and Bao speaks up. He's like, "My back hurts. Um, and also, where are we and where are we going?"
Dr. Gray doesn't look like she's in a position to answer that, does she?
Dr. Gray is shaken. She is sitting at the co-pilot seat, and yeah, the door was like shut behind her.
We're going to a place where people like us can be safe, where people like your kids can be safe.
Does anyone have anything else to add to that?
I think when Lita watches uh, the men who were supposed to probably be on those people's side, like that explode or whatever, burn, I think she looks down. I think she wants to look down at the dog tags and see what the name is.
So that dog tag has one name on it. John.
Fuck, I should have known it was John.
Man, it was John.
That rascal.
It was fucking John.
It was John.
That's the
God.
mystery now. It's not a
Fuck.
mystery. He's just
We'll never get
a
to know
random,
what John's motivations were.
a random lackey.
She does a little prayer for John.
So with that, you go through the pouches too. In the pouches, you see that there's different knickknacks, a lot of stuff for you know, shooting. You see things to fix your guns with and whatnot. There's utility items like like uh, like wire cutters. You see that there's like one of those hammers to break glass. Um, in one of the pockets though is a wallet. In this wallet, there's money, but there's also a series of cards, and these don't look like credit cards or anything like that. Um, there's no ID in this or anything like that. This doesn't even look like a wallet that someone actually uses. This looks like it's just a place to hold like important things like security cards, um, and like in case of emergency, like money and stuff like that. Um, but one of the cards has a name on it. It's a business card. It says Graydon Creed and Friends of Humanity.
I think one of you will have to go through the pockets because Lita is definitely just staring at the name tag, saying like in a very solemn voice, "John, so sad."
This is a perfect opportunity for Piroshka to flex her memory muscles. She would love to get her hands all over those cards and like study them intently.
Well, maybe
All
it was
yours, Cindy.
Piroshka that had gone through the pockets, through the pouches. And Graydon Creed is a name. Yeah, give me pop culture.
Ooh.
I know we can use your pop culture.
Shit. It's a +6. Okay. I thought it was a +13. That's my insight though. I was like, damn.
You have a whole
Your insight?
concept.
21.
21.
21.
That is going to be um, the name Graydon Creed and Friends of Humanity stick out to you because Piroshka tends to watch a lot of TV. Sometimes the news is on. Graydon Creed is a talking head. He's just, a public figure. Um, he runs an organization called Friends of Humanity, who are anti-mutant, um, but not so much in the like commit hate crimes sort of way. Even though it's still a hate crime, they Friends of Humanity are more lobbyists, anti-mutant lobbyists.
Okay, good to know. Are there any like barcodes or access codes or any sort of like swiper looking
These are all like
situation? These
yeah,
are all swipe cards
these are all swipe
or
cards. You've got three.
okay. I think that she has a +5 circumstance for like remembering. She's got an eidetic memory.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that she would like begin to very closely like study the like backs of the cards, like where the scanner is, like unnaturally so.
Okay.
Just really taking note of these cards.
Hmm. All right. Noted. Maybe she might want to recreate them at some point.
She'll keep it in her brain,
Yeah. Well, either way, she can hold on to them.
rattle it around in there.
So after a bit, well, here once you guys have taken off, these soldiers are now just stains on the ground. It's just they were just
Oh, are the
mercilessly.
guards with us? Did they get onto the Blackbird?
No, no. The guards were for some
Oh,
reason
get
they stopped moving and they yeah they got grayed. They got grayed.
Oh well,
Yeah.
Um,
Orkilo is not upset.
yeah. I mean, mm, we're just doing our job. So yeah.
Knife emoji, knife emoji, knife emoji.
Does not take long for the Blackbird to get to the X Mansion. Um, as everyone's unloaded, um, Dr. McCoy uh, kind of steps out and leads them out. Forge and a few of the students come out too. Um, and you all were. Did you all switch to your civilian outfits?
Yeah.
Yeah, presumably just like while we were on the Blackbird, she would have pressed the old button.
Gotcha. So yeah, a few of the older, like of the upperclassmen, um, come out and kind of like help and assist. Um, there are minor injuries here and there, but
Is Blobby on the plane?
I'm sorry,
Is Blobby on the plane?
Blobby, no.
Yeah. Okay.
Like the plane has landed, so they're just everyone's trying to help out. Um, and finally, once the plane is emptied out, Dr. Gray comes out of her compartment and just silently walks past all of you.
Cool.
Let her go. She's my
Yeah.
superior. I'm not about to be like, hey, hold on.
Yeah. Lita's not gonna talk. That's weird for her.
Dr. Gray, do we need to do a debrief or something, or?
Uh, my office in 10 minutes.
Okay.
So 10
I
minutes
don't
go
think
by.
10 minutes is enough time.
10 minutes later, the school isn't as big as you'd expect it to be. Um, especially this jet. Yeah, it doesn't take you long to get her room. Um, but once you get there, she's sitting at her desk, and she's pouring herself a drink. an adult beverage. Um,
God, me.
she is slumped in her chair as she looks at you all, and she tells you all to have a seat.
Have a seat, I do.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry about what happened. We didn't expect any of that to happen. We thought it'd be simple, but it seems that there are multiple parties at play here. Um, are you all okay?
Uh,
A simple nod. Nothing to add.
No, no injuries. Um,
did I indirectly kill someone? I feel like maybe I did.
It's probably like a shocker. It's probably something you gotta unpack.
I'm just
please don't beat yourself up over it. It's not anything that you were aware that could happen. I wish I saw it coming, but
what was that?
that was my ex-husband. That was the Red King.
was he called the Red King when you were married to him? Or is that
I, um,
it feels
I'm sorry.
No need to be sorry. I just don't understand. I mean, I should have seen them coming this far out, but I figured he'd have better things to be doing. Um, yeah, just we'll talk about it later. Just know that you have my utmost apology. If I had known that was gonna happen, we would have never sent you out there. But I thank you. Um,
well, I'm glad you did. We saved a lot of people today.
take the rest of the week
That
off.
matters.
Just take the rest of the week off. Um, and thanks again.
Of course.
You should take some time off too, Doc.
If only I could. So with that,
Teachers can take sick days.
she just kind of like ushers you out. She's like, "There's no sick days when you're the headmistress."
Mm.
And as she kind of ushers you out, you all hear a knock on the door.
Okay.
Are
Are
you
they
all
gonna come in?
are you heading out?
I think
Oh,
Lita does accidentally does that thing where she like is like she says it's time for us to go, and Lita is very used to being very accommodating to Asian parents, so she goes okay, and then instantly goes to leave and opens the door as soon as they're knocking. Oh, I didn't. Oh,
Lita is face to face with Hildebranda, and she kind of looks down at you, and then like looks behind you, over at Dr. Gray, and Hildebrand just gives Dr. Gray like a thumbs up and a like stern head shake as Hildebrand puts her arm around Lita and starts walking y'all out.
I missed you so much. I have so much to tell you. I think Lita starts her little awkward stuttering about everything. I think I killed someone, and I don't feel great about it. It's not as fun as you said. It's very fun to start chaos, and I didn't think it was very fun. It was scary.
As y'all are walking down the hall, and Hildebrand has her arm around you, and you say, "I think I killed someone." Hildebrand is like, "Very different." She just says, "Oh, you don't say," and that's where we're gonna end it.
I don't love that. I don't love that. Lita's Velvet in real life is gonna get a text. Hey, how's it going? Love you so much. What the fuck?
Hey, Velvet, you're not allowed to be sick anymore because Julio does scary things to your character.
Julio did scary things, and I need my goth besties here. I'm scared. We have hot girl
need
shit to do.
Yeah, we need some hot girl shit.
Next
The heart is
episode.
you. It's literal.
Next episode, hot girl shit.
Hot girl shit only.
Sorry, Marcus.
That's all right.
Marcus
Actually,
is
I
the
think
only.
Marcus can be an honorary hot girl.
Ladies
Marcus,
and gems
Mark,
can be hot girls. Everyone can be hot girls.
No. The reason Marcus can't be a hot girl is nothing about gender. It's fully because it's Marcus.
here's the thing: is Marcus grew up with two younger twin sisters, so
Fair
none
enough.
of this is new to them.
Fair. That's fair.
Used to this.
Well, let's start doing some sign offs.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Should we do it first?
Reverse? Yeah, reverse.
Yeah.
I guess is it me then? Am I the reverse?
Yeah,
Yeah, you first.
Damn it! I did go last time.
that's how it works. That's how reverse works.
My name is Julia. You can find me at Poppy Champloo on Twitter. Everybody crits on Twitter also. And I hope you enjoyed this chapter of our story. We have been introduced to multiple factions in that small amount of time. And I'm excited to kind of start peeling that onion to get to the juicy, oniony center of it.
Yum.
Yeah, how many licks does it take to get to the center of it? Right now there's 3 licks, but there's probably going to be more. And my favorite part was probably when everyone realizes that Lita is strong as fuck.
Including Lita.
Yeah, Lita's like, oh, I'm strong too.
All right.
Let's kick it off to Rue.
Hello, I'm Rue. I use they or he pronouns, and I've been playing Orkilo, who uses they pronouns. You can find me on Twitter as at Ilana Knight 13, and everywhere else is just Ilana Knight without the 13, because I'm mostly branded, but I made my Twitter at the age of 12, forgot the password, and had to make a new one. That's why there's a 13. And you can hear me every other Thursday. This Thursday is the on week on Heroes That Limits, GMing Haven of Horrors, which is an investigative horror powered by the Apocalypse system of my own design. You can also no wait, the thing I do on Saturdays is done. Never mind. I was about to intro a campaign that finished. Block me off.
Go back and watch the YouTube videos.
Yeah, you can go back and
Watch the VODs.
It's a good game.
While I'm still under about 6 NDAs, a couple of the things that I was under NDA about, I can talk about. The Valence podcast, our 2nd season comes out this week, and we're having a release party on Saturday. So if you go to Valence Pod on Twitter, you can register to come to our release party, where we're going to be playing games and doing a live listen to the first episode. So that's really cool. And also this week, Coyote's Bluff released, which is a Western noir that I was in. So you can hear my voice in those 2 podcasts.
Ooh. I love it. Next up, Rowan?
That's me.
Yes, that was the order.
Hello, lovely people. Thank you for joining us tonight. I have been Rowan. You can find me on the socials as at RedWhiteRP. You can find me Tuesday and Wednesday nights over on Critical Misses at 8 p.m. Tuesdays for Second City Saviors, a masks game. We are just starting our 2nd season. We left off on an enormous, ridiculous, terrifying cliffhanger. So we're going to see how that goes. And Wednesdays for Under the Pale Cold Sun, which is a incredibly horny Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition game. We're we're gonna have a little bit of downtime at the beginning of our next episode. So, let's see what we all get up to when there's no GM to tell us what to do. And then Thursdays coming back this week is Olympus 2299, my Greek mythology inspired cyberpunk game that I run over on Chromatic Chimera at 7 p.m. We have found a cyberpunk system with a noticeable lack of ableism and transphobia. So,
Badass.
yeah, we're very excited about that.
Could we ask what
Make
the
it
system
Uh,
is?
Chrome.
hmm?
Can I ask what the system
Oh.
is? Is it a
Yeah, it
surprise?
is a Powered by the Apocalypse game called The Sprawl.
Yes, the sprawl.
Oh, I wrote the
Oh
Spire
yeah,
notes.
Yes, we're
I've
very
heard
excited.
Sprawl. Very
Mhm.
excited to watch.
Our very own Bella and Velvet are players in that game. Um, it's again that one also left off on several cliffhangers. So
Gotta love
What?
them.
Yeah.
come,
What?
join us and see if we slap more gods in the face.
Neither of them were affected by me. I did nothing in either of the big cliffhangers of those games. I was unrelated.
No, you
Anyways,
just have to go sing now. Um,
Ooh.
yeah, we're gonna throw it up this way to the lovely T.
Hey everybody, it's me, T. If you thought I was gonna give you a good ending slate, you were wrong. You can find me here on Twitch every single other Monday, except for the Mondays where we do an other Monday. You can also find me at Trash Capital on Twitter. But the bad news is I got locked out of my account. I forgot my password. I kept doing waffles123. I think it's waffles123 with a capital W. That's my bad. So I won't be tweeting for a while. I'm gonna be
Why
working
would
real
you?
hard to get my account back.
oh, Jesus.
But I will, as soon as I get it back, I'll be tweeting there, talking to you guys, talking about the show, talking about whatever's going on,
And hopefully
But
changing your
until then,
password.
Maybe.
Yes,
I'm
no.
also
uh,
thinking
I'll just
being a
I'll
little
just
bit
have
more
like a
active on
4.
there. Just a little bit
Okay.
more active, maybe a little bit as a treat for getting your account back. Just like as a treat, maybe being a little more active on there, just a little
I don't
bit.
know about that.
All
We'll see
right,
about
well,
it. We'll see what happens once I get my account back. But that's gonna be at least. All right, Bella, it's your turn. Do your end slate. Be my
I
guest.
hate
Brand yourself.
I hate how I hate that was I don't know how to follow it up with professionalism now.
It happens at the end of every one too, because we go in reverse order every single
We do.
time.
And then she does something absolutely bonkers and I have to stop laughing and be like, I'm a professional.
From now on, T
Hello.
goes last.
Great. My name is Bella. You can find me at Boondoggles with 2 underscores because that's the only way that I could get the TikTok to match everything else because there's a Boondoggles with 1 underscore who makes crafts. Give me my fucking username, jerk. Anyways, they did like 1 video. I want it back. Moving on. You can find me on Twitter, you can find me on Instagram, and you can find me on TikTok where I don't do tabletop RPG stuff at all on Instagram, but you can follow me if you think I'm hot. I don't know. You can find me alternate Mondays when I'm not here on Action Fiction, playing Castle Falkenstein, where I play a very endearing character who is just so nervous and awkward and lovable, just like Lita, except for a lot less insecure. Then on Thursdays, as our lovely Rowan has said, I will be on Chromatic Camera, looking after my sister and doing lots of hacking. I'm not upset at all that we learned a new system, and I learned random hacking rules that Cyberpunk ones from before were very intense, and I made spell cards. I'm not bitter about it, anyways. I, what's it called? Oh, that's it. Oh yeah. Oh, thank God. Okay, yeah, that's it.
Awesome.
I know things have cleared up, and it's just bonkers. I'm like, that's all my promos. Also, watch here on Everybody Crits because I heard there's gonna be another show coming up, and it's gonna be good. Hopefully, I forgot to plug it. And
Oh no, that's not here.
feel
I actually just realized that I can plug that now. So it's called Beyond the Twilight Road, and it's a Zweihander dark fae fantasy that you can watch over at Critical Misses.
Yeah,
That'll
watch
be
that thing.
Friday.
Promotion is important.
What?
When is it
Promotion's
Friday?
important.
Plug the time. Plug the
So
time.
Friday at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific.
Ooh.
So you'll have me. You're gonna have Velvet, Nymeria.
Ooh.
Uh, Kelsey's gonna be there. That'll be really
What?
cool.
All my
And
people.
Faye's gonna be there too. So,
Wow. Go
I
watch.
know,
It'll be good. I
surprise.
can feel it.
Honestly, I don't know if I was supposed to say that out loud, but I just saw that
Oh,
Anita
cut the
sent.
stream. Cut the stream.
I just saw Anita sent over.
Do they have they not promoted it yet?
I just am looking at the promotional stuff for it, so I think soon. It's this Friday, so
Yeah.
I think I can say it now.
Our goal
Executive
is like,
decision. I'm kicking down
that's
the
what I'm
door.
saying. If it's within the week or within the 2 weeks, and I just tell it, unless you have an NDA on me, you have an NDA. Which, speaking of which, I also will be having a podcast soon, which will be about people on the A spectrum. I will be hosting it with the amazing Harper Sona Gain. What is Harper's
Harper Sona.
Yeah, Harper Sona or something like that. And she's so awesome. We made a Zoom call that went on way too long, and it's gonna be very good. We're gonna have a lot of great guests and talk about A-Spec identities, which is not talked about that much. So definitely keep your eye out. I will be talking aggressively about it on Twitter probably. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I have missed
Thank you
you.
so much for watching, and that was episode 3 entitled "Roll Out." My business. Stay